because this is important. And over the past couple of days, we've been seeing just deranged, nightmarish, awful things being said about Charlie Kirk and what's been going on with Charlie Kirk and TPUSA. Okay? Some awful things, some full-on, bold-faced lies about anything that they did, anything that Charlie said, outright lies. And this has led Charlie Kirk's wife to come out here and, with the help of TPUSA, prepare defamation lawsuits. The Kirk family and Turning Point USA are preparing defamation lawsuits against media outlets and figures who smeared Charlie Kirk after his assassination. TPUSA spokesman Andrew, I'm not going to be able to say that last name, said on a podcast with Scott Jennings, "We are seeing it all and logging it all. We have good lawyers." And here's the thing, like, there is standards for this. There's rules and regulations that you can and cannot say, and there's a lot of people out there right now full on accusing and attributing quotes to Charlie Kirk that Charlie never said. They are taking quotes out of context. They are doing that all to justify actual harm and to justify going around there and doing worse garbage. Stephen King was one of them that we saw, and I could see Cloud already bringing it up. The difference there is Stephen King did apologize and then lied again, but that's besides the point. But there's other individuals. We can go through a myriad of individuals that have full-fledged lied about Charlie Kirk, saying that he said that black women are dumb or anything like that. And no, he never said that. Saying all sorts of deranged garbage about what Charlie said. But we got this from right here. Nyara. Now, again, I am blocked by Nyara, but I do know if I ever need to see just a schizo post on YouTube, I can always go to Nyara. I can always bring it up, but Nyara has this to say. Charlie Kirk made a living spreading hate, and the right is working incredibly hard to satanize his image. He was not a free speech hero. Yes, he was. He was pushing white supremacy, homophobia, and transphobia. None of that's true. Not a single thing there is fucking true. But hey, this is from Nyara, part of the empathetic left, part of the people that goes out there and tries to be as nice and possible as humanly thoughts, prayers, they do all the good things. But all we consistently see from these vile creatures is idiotic, evil statements like this, attributing white supremacy to Charlie Kirk, where he was a race-neutral individual who never really wanted to even contribute anything to race. He advocated for race neutrality, so no white supremacy. Homophobia. There are several instances where Charlie Kirk is out there communicating with gay people and saying, hey, I might disagree with your lifestyle, but guess what? We're all children of God. I love you. He's fine with gay people. He's fine with them. Transphobia. Do we need to talk about how many times he's been out there with Blair White? All this shit is total bullshit. Everything Nyara's saying right here is bullshit. Threatening to silence those who are exposing a fascist is fascism 101. You guys murdered a man for going out there and trying to have civil debates, which is the bedrock of any democracy out there. Going into the lion's den to have debates that people would disagree with. He went to the center of those areas to communicate with individuals, and you gunned him down. And now you're saying he was a fascist for wanting actual free speech, for trying to communicate, for doing what is the bedrock of any and every democracy that there has ever been in all of existence. But hey, Nyara's a Nazi from fucking Germany. Reminder. Nyara, a fucking LGBTQ Nazi, because I'm not playing these fucking games, a full-fledged Nazi is trying to come out here and tell you what it is to be a fascist. Call you the fascist. And mind you, when you see this, okay, they gunned down Charlie Kirk for just wanting to have civil conversations. Good conversations. Going into the lion's den to have actual debates, free speech, advocating for free speech constantly. There's clips going around all over the place where he says the way that we move forward in society is to have civil discourse, because the moment we take away civil discourse is when violence begins. That is a quote directly from Charlie Kirk, paraphrasing just a little bit to be fair there because I don't have it pulled up right now. But that is Charlie Kirk right there. Nyara here advocates for full-on fascism. And I'm going to read you another tweet from Nyara. And I want you to play through what just happened over the past week and think this through. Fascists want you to be afraid to manipulate you. You gun down a man and you're constantly saying that you want more. Fascists want you to be uneducated to manipulate you. You are lying about what the actual shooter thought, his motives, what he did with his life. You are lying constantly about the actual shooter, and you are falsifying information that Charlie Kirk said and attributing false information according to him. That's uneducated. Fascists want you to be miserable to manipulate you. They want to demoralize you. They want to harm you. They want you to be afraid. Again, just go through what we saw over the last week. Fascists want to isolate you to manipulate you. Question. Who did the lockdowns? Who fought for the lockdowns? Fascists want to control how you feel so they can control how you think and act. Nyara. The afraid? You guys gunned down Charlie Kirk. And you're advocating for more. And you're justifying more. Nyara. Uneducated. You're lying, pushing false information, openly defaming Charlie Kirk over and over again, and you want people to believe it because you don't want the actual truth out there. Miserable. I mean, that's demoralizing. You killed the man that we cared about. You killed the moderate, the man going out there to have free speech and civil discourse. They want you miserable. Isolated. Which side pushed for lockdowns? Which side wants you removed from society for saying naughty no words 10 years ago? Which side fought hard to punish you for something your dad said back in the 80s on the radio? That's a truth right there. That happened to a NASCAR driver. Punished for something his dad said back in the 80s on the radio. I think you're admitting right now, Nyara, to being a fucking fascist. But hey, I'm not going to really be surprised by a German Nazi admitting to being a fascist. You are a monster. You are a vile individual. You live in Germany and communicate about American politics. Why? Why don't you talk about German politics? Think about that. Think about that. They don't live under our legal system. They don't engage with our legal system. They don't have to deal with what any political ramifications come about within our country. They live in Germany. And yet at the same time, you can go on Nyara's account. We can open it up and we can see that they constantly talk either about American politics or trans shit. That's all they ever want to do. Which is weird, huh? Which is weird. Have you ever thought about that? Ever thought about why is it that a German Nazi constantly wants to talk about American politics and never seems to want to talk about German politics? What's going on in Germany? The system that they live under? Maybe it's them admitting that they're a fascist that wants you to live under their own boot. Nyara is a miserable individual, and I wish I had this tweet pulled up. I do. But there's a tweet. Okay, there's a tweet from Nyara. And I wish I had it pulled up because you guys, it perfectly encapsulates the mentality of Nyara. Nyara tweeted out, and this was a couple weeks ago, and I swear to God, I wish I screenshot it. I obviously can't bookmark it because, again, I'm blocked. But Nyara tweeted out fully that, hey, I spent $12,000 on gender affirming care, to get vocal surgery and vocal training to sound more like a woman. And I ring up my doctor, and every time they pick up, they misgender me. Think about that. Nyara, you're a miserable individual. You want other people to be just as miserable as you. You want other people to live under the boot that you push out there in the world. You are not a good person. You are a monster. And you're out here trying to say that besmirch the name of Charlie Kirk, all while saying that you're the good human being here. No, Nyara. You're just like your forefathers who live in Germany. You're nothing different than the funny German man. You are the same as him. Get it through your head. Okay? You are the Nazi you try to call everybody else.